by Shimel Shah. So Isupk Oakland's Lashawan Kodash class. Today we're going to be going over more of the basics, some colors, and we'll see how far we get from there. All right. As a reminder, make sure you subscribe to all Isupk social media pages, whether it be Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We all there. Shalom, shalom. We have a new Oakland page, so make sure you subscribe to the Oakland YouTube page for the Isupk. We upload content every Tuesday through Saturday. Make sure you pay tithes. Go to isupk.com. Drop that 10%. All right. So for starters, we're just gonna obviously do the alphabet. Let's see what we got here. Well, start with a good sentence. So, how you knock now. Ha Ibaria. It should be Oakland in the shelter in place, so that don't stop the truth from coming out. We still gonna give it to you, even if it's from our own homes. All right. So this sentence is Shalom Akim wa Agwathian Hayawam Anaknawa Habarya Korara'a wa Kawatab, which is saying, peace, brothers and sisters. Today we will be reading and writing the Hebrew language. All right. I'll write it in English and then I'll write it in the Paleo. Now, Tyler, you gotta turn it down. All right. All right, that's what's up. All right, make sure you subscribe and make sure you stay in our classes. You know what I'm saying? Any brother that wants to become a trooper in the school, you do 90 days in all black. You make sure you're checking in, and then you'll get a Hebrew name after you complete 90 days of classes. All right. So this is what this looks like if you were to say it in English. Shalom is peace. Akim is brothers, plural. Wa is and. Agwathin is sisters, plural. Yawam is today. Ha is the two. Yawam is the day. We is a knock nawa. It's future present, if I'm not mistaken. Getting the tense right. We'll be reading, which is kwawa ra'a, and which is wa. Writing, kawatab, the Hebrew language, which is Ha Ibaria. All right. Like I always say, it's like Spanish. You know what I'm saying? Different where things go is not how it is in English. English is, what would I say, very straightforward, but not exactly correct. Whereas the other language, they put the verbs and the nouns in a different spot. All right. So I'm going to erase this, what I wrote in English, and I'm going to write it in the Paleo. So when you write Hebrew, it's not the same way that English is. English is left to right. Hebrew is right to left. All right. So a system to know how to connect sounds is called a connector system. So when you see what looks like a frown, the words or the pictograph stands alone. So it's not connected. All right. And when you see what looks like a smile, that's when the letter or the pictograph is connected. You'll understand in a moment. All right. Jeff Silver, just stay in the class long enough and you understand. All right, so just keep that in mind. Now I'm going to write this in the Paleo. So Shalom is Shalom Akim. Wa Akwafian. I don't know why. That's not. Akwafian. Hayawam. Anaknawa. Ha Ibaria. Quawara'a. Wa Kawata. All right, so I hope you're able to see that. Yeah, it should be visible. All right, so once again, the connectors is so you know what letters connect to make one sound. So you got shalom, where if you didn't connect anything, it will be shalawama. You know what I'm saying? That wouldn't get you shalom. You got the sha, you connect the la and the wa, that gives you the wa sound, and the ma. So shalom, they give you the la sound. And then the ma ends it. So it's shalom, akim, it's the ah and the ka connected to make the ak sound. Then you have the ya and the ma to make the yum sound. All right. Wa by itself, as you can see, is not connected. Akwathian, ak, wath, yun. Those are connected. All right. Ha, not connected. Your wum, the ya, ma is connected to make the wum sound. Ha, your wum, a knock nawa. It's like it. Yeah, your wum, a knock nawa. Knock nawa. Ha, I bar ya. I bar ya. See the connectors. Kwawa ra'a. None of that is connected. Wa kawata. All right. So that's how it looks when you write it in the way it looks in our language. You also have the Assyrian Hebrew, which is something I'm going to show very shortly, just to make the point of you need to know both, because people aren't writing in the Paleo anymore. They write in the Assyrian, you know. So you got to know, if you go to Israel just to visit, you know what I'm saying, you at least got to know how to see what you're looking, understand what you're looking at if you go. All right. So I'm going to write the alphabet. Something to think about if you've never been in any of the Isupk classes is, who are the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel? You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of Jewish people. They all say they from Yehuda. You know what I'm saying? But that would only be one tribe. It's 12 tribes. So let's do the alphabet. All right, let's put the not connected here. Let's put the connected here. Put NC for not connected and C underneath that for connected. All right. How do I want to do this? No, let's just write it all out. All right. So you got A, Ba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, Za, Ka, Ta, Ya, Ka, La, Ma, Na, Sa, I, Pa, Taza, Kwa, Ra, Sha, and Tha. All right. So this is your ancient Hebrew. All right. This is how it would look in its printed form. And this is how it would look when you see it in English. That's why you got to know what letter connects or doesn't connect to make the proper sound. Because otherwise you just be saying a lot of alphabet sounds instead of making actual words. All right. So again, A, ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, ka, ta, ya, ka, la, ma, na, sa, I, pa, ta, za, qua, ra, sha, the. Practice that, and you be saying abagada hawaza kataya kalama nasa apataza korashita. It'll just be easy to say. All right, but you just gotta write it down, look at it, practice. All right. So now I'll do the same thing, except this time I'll show you the Assyrian. To really understand how to do this, you gotta at least know how to translate it from the Assyrian. All right. So let me see. I can erase just what I want. If I can, I'll just erase it all. Take time, write it down. Hope you were able to get it. This will be on our YouTube page and our Facebook page. Just type in Isupk Oakland. We're on Twitter. We're on Instagram. All right. That didn't go well. So we'll just write it over again. She just did that to begin with. All right. No sweat. So now we're going to write it in the Assyrian. So it looks more printish, but like anything, when you do it enough, you kind of get your own feel for how to write it down. So you got ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za. Too close. Ka, ta, ya. I don't know why I was messing up with this. Right. Ka, la, ma, na, sa, I, pa, za, qua, ra, sha, and th. Okay. If it's your first or second time to this class, that's why I'm going over this. If you were in class last week, you already saw this, so it's not you didn't already see. But let me just explain it for somebody that may not know. This is the Assyrian, and only there's many vast differences, but one of the main differences is there are about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 letters in the Assyrian language that have a different look when they're at the end of the sentence. All right. So you got ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, ka, ta, ya, ka. Now ka, when it's anywhere but the end of the sentence, it looks like a backwards C. But when it's at the end of the sentence, it looks like they dropped the bottom part of that C down to make that letter. All right. La. And then you have ma. So ma, when it's anywhere but the end of the sentence, looks like kind of like an arrow with an open end at the bottom. But when it's at the end of the sentence, it looks like Donald Trump's head. All right. So just an easy way to remember ma. Just it looked like a dumpster when it's at the end of the sentence. All right. Then you got na. Na. What's different about na and ka is na is a little bit shorter on the top, and the bottom of it extends a little bit further out. Whereas ka, they're pretty much equal. All right. Now, when it's at the end of a sentence, you just basically drop the bottom. It's like a tail dropping. So it goes from looking like that to now just looks like a long cane. All right, when it's at the end of a sentence. Sa, I, pa, when it's at the anywhere but the end, it looks like an upside down G. But when it's at the end, it's like the bottom part once again just swings down, and now it looks more like a bow. All right, what the shepherds would hold. Taza, same thing. At the end, it looks like they dropped the bottom part. Looks like a giant Y. Kwa, Ra, Sha, and Tha. All right, that's the Assyrian that you need to know to translate this I to this I. To turn this ba to this ba. To turn this guy to this guy. And so on and so forth. You got to at least know what that letter is to know what to change it to. And then while the white man uses the dot system for his letters to signify what's connected or not, we have our system, which is the connector system. All right. So that's the alphabet once again. All right. Not even a big lesson. The letter da. So that's a da. A da in Hebrew looks like a triangle. Okay. So King David's name was Da Wa Da, which means uncle, which means friend, but literally it's da and da. You know what I'm saying? So if you were to write King David's name down, you would write a da, a wa, and a da. Okay? Da, wa, da. Y'all stop messing with each other? Okay? You would just write that. So while everybody gets scared of the shield, is just King David's name. You know what I'm saying? Some people I've heard say that the Y is the circle that surrounds it. That's cool. But it's just of his dies. You understand? Because that's how you write a signature in Hebrew. In English, you write like this. In Hebrew, you stack the letters on top of each other. So if I stack two dies on top of each other in that direction, you're not going to know that it's two dies. The way you're going to know is if you put the die that way, flip it and put it that way, then you're going to know, oh, it's two dies. It's just King David's name. There's nothing spooky or special about it. All right. All right. So from there, I definitely want to go over who the 12 tribes of Israel are. All right. Let me see if I can do something more extensive than just write it. All right. We'll go not only into the 12 tribes of Israel, who they are, but what their names mean. And then we'll most likely end this with the colors. All right. All right. Perfect. All right. So, all right, 12 tribes of Israel. All right. Shania, Asherah, 2 and 12, like a Shabbat. Should be. All right. 12 tribes of Israel. All right. So not only is the Bible real, it's about a people that exist on the planet right now. You know what I'm saying? That's real important because if you understand that, you can respect who the Bible is talking to, who it's about. And for you, if you find out you're an Israelite, it's important to know who you are. Then you can figure out why your life may be the way it is, why it is so rough, why your mom was that way, why your father was that way, why your life is what it is, man. You one of the Lord's chosen people, and because we have not kept our feast, our high holy days, our culture, the Lord ain't been with us. You know what I'm saying? It's been like that for not only the past 400 years, but in antiquity. You know what I'm saying? Anytime we went against the Lord, we paid for it because the Lord is our Father. And a father don't just let his son or children do whatever the hell they want to do. If you act up, you're going to get smacked up. And we done got smacked all over planet Earth. You know what I'm saying? But at least if you know who you are, you can be like, all right, I get it, and let me do better. You know what I'm saying? And coming into these classes, that's step one. And for that, you know what I'm saying, I give it up to you. All right? So, first tribe, at least in the order I'm going to write it, well, it is the first tribe, will be Judah or Yahweh. All right? If you were to write Yahweh in the ancient Hebrew, it's Yahweh. All right. That is the so-called Negro African Americans. All right. That's who Judah is. That's the Lion tribe. And that's another thing. Each tribe got their own stone. Each tribe has their own image. All right. So Judah means Yahweh thanks. read the story. And in Genesis, you'll see how Leah came to name her fourth son that. All right. So, Black African American people, we are from the tribe of Judah. Understand? Yahweh is the Lord's name. So when you see the Lord in all caps in the Bible, or if it's talking about the Lord and you know it's referring to God, it's talking about Yahweh. That's his name. You know what I'm saying? It's not that Yahuwah. It's not whatever somebody else is calling it. That's not the Lord's name. You shouldn't play with it. And definitely don't take the Lord's name in vain, meaning making it your Facebook password, putting it on your clothes. Don't do anything. Having it as your credit card name, whatever you're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Don't do something vain, because that's the Lord's name. You should be happy that since the white man, our oppressor, stole our records, at least he didn't know the name. So everybody, Lord this and Lord that, but that's not God's name. All right. So Judah is Yahweh. That's the so-called Negroes, African Americans, and it means Yahweh thanks. All right. Let's just do them one at a time. Next one, Benjamin. That is Ban Yam Yan. That is in the ancient Ban Yam Yan. Ban Yam Yan. All right. Benjamin, that is your so-called West Indians, people from the West Indies. Write it down correctly. Jamaicans and your Caribbean Islanders. So, West Indians, Jamaicans, people from Trinidad, bad with space, from Trinidad, I spell Caribbean, but Caribbean Islanders, etc. in that area. All right. It means son of the right hand. All right. If you know anything about Black culture, or just culture in general, the right hand is power and it's authority. You know what I'm saying? So to be the son of the right hand is that's the child. It's the son that got blessed. All right. Not that there's anything wrong with being the son that got the left, but the right hand is the one that gets the blessing. All right. That's your father saying, you the one that I give authority over so and so and so and so. All right. And all your brothers or sisters, they're going to come in under you. All right. So if you're a West Indian from the West Indies, a Jamaican, from Trinidad, Caribbean Islands, what's that? It's not Grenada. It's that Guyana. If you're Guyanese, you understand, you're an Israelite. You understand, you one of the 12 tribes. And this is important for you to know, so the next time you pick up a Bible, let's say you're just reading about Benjamin, you can understand, oh, this is talking about my people. Paul, in the New Testament, he was from the tribe of Benjamin. So now you can read the Bible understanding that Paul was a black man. You understand? He was a brother And if you know anything about being you and your family, that's how Paul was. You know what I'm saying? He didn't take no mess. He talked with that. I will not do a Jamaican accent. I will kill it. You know what I'm saying? But if I could do it, I'd Rosh Clyde run it off. Yeah, I'm about to mess up already. You understand? But you reading about your culture in the book. So you shouldn't deal with the book any other way. Now you should just deal with it. Oh man, that's my people I'm reading about. That's me I'm reading about. And then it take it from being a story of fiction to you finally having an escape from the hell that you're going through or that's running through your mind. All right. Number 3 is going to be Levi or Law Yah. Write that out. Law Yah. Law Yah. All right, that's that same with the Shalom. All right. Levi means join to me. Skip the step. My bad. Those are your Haitians. So-called Haitians. That's probably a better order. Bad with names. H-A. That was spelling. H-A-I-T-A-N-S. Yeah. So yeah, I probably should have had it the other way where I said what it meant and then who it was. Either way, you'll get it. All right. And it means join to me. So if you know the story of Rachel and Leah when they was battling each other, you know, Rachel was the younger sister that Jacob didn't work for initially. He was the sister that Jacob was working for. You understand? But Laban, he went in and did what is more culturally correct. And when it was time to give his daughter, he gave him his older daughter. Gave a whole reason why Jacob worked another 7 years. Then he got Rachel. Rachel couldn't have no kids, but Leah, she was popping them out at that time. You know what I'm saying? So her third child, Levi, she's like, now my husband gonna be joined unto me, because at that time there was no law saying a man couldn't have two women that were sisters. You know what I'm saying? So the reason you don't want to get with a woman and her sister, because both of them gonna be your wives, and now y'all battling, and that's why there's a law against it. But at this time there was no law against it. They were battling to see who could produce more children for their husband. And she was like, man, now I'm going to get her. Now my husband's going to join to me. Little did she know this was on a bigger stage than her relationship, fighting her sister over her husband. You understand? Join to me is what Levi was. They were the priestly tribe. That's the tribe Moses come from. You understand? So the Levites were joined to the Lord. They didn't have a portion of the land. That's why when you pay your tithes, that 10% is going towards your brothers that do the work of the Lord, because they don't have the land that you were given as one of the other 11 tribes. You know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, if you're a so-called Haitian, like Wyclef John and them, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a big deal to be who you are. You know what I'm saying? Haiti means hell. You know what I'm saying? You're not, the condition you're in is hell. You know what I'm saying? But that's not a name a person would ever give themselves. Nobody would name themselves hell. You know what I'm saying? But join special name. You know what I'm saying? So it's something to be proud of. The Lord said, "You shall be a peculiar people unto me in the kingdom of priests." So all 12 tribes have the authority to be priests, but to be a Levite, to be a Haitian, you specifically are the tribe that was given the priesthood. You know what I'm saying? So you should carry yourself like a priest. How you gonna do that? you got to come into UPK. We'll show you how to do it, man. Don't do it like the Catholic Church. Those are not priests. Those are the priests of Baal, but they not the priests of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? That you're supposed to be serving. All right, number 4. Number 4 will be your. How do I write this thing? Wrong way. Will be Simeon, which would be what's it? Shemai 1. Make sure I spelled that right. Yep. All right, and in the ancient, that's going to look like Sha, Ma, I, Y, and Na. Shemai 1. All right. Let's see how I want to write this time. I'm gonna write what it means. All right, and then I'll write who it is. All right. Means affliction heard. And it is your so-called Dominicans. All right. So if you're a Dominican, you know what I'm saying, you're Israelite. You know what I'm saying? You have a major role in your culture, man. You can't waste that just being Dominican. You got to be more than that. You know what I'm saying? You from one of the 12 tribes of Israel. You know what I'm saying? You're not whoever this life done said you are. You're better than that. Everybody's reading your book. You're the only person that is not reading about who he is not aware of who he is. The whole world knows who you are. At least the people that matter know who you are. But the average churchgoer, that Catholic church that you populate every Easter, every Christmas, Mass, what else y'all be doing? Ash Wednesday, all that stuff, man. Man, that's not your culture, man. But the Bible is your culture. And you're an Israelite. You know what I'm saying? It means affliction heard. Once again, all of these names came from these two sisters battling, you know what I'm saying, for their husband's favor. All right? They went so far as to give their handmaids to them. So our forefather Jacob had 4 wives. You know what I'm saying? That's what women battle about. They don't battle to be the only woman. They battle to produce for their man. You know what I'm saying? So if you're Dominican, your true name is Simeon or Shemaiwan, and it means affliction heard. Number 5. All right. Is Zebulon, which would be Zabalawan. 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 All right. I believe it means a haven. Dwell with me, Salakia. And what's also important is when you get into the understanding of nothing about the Bible is single fold, you know, just one thing, or a better way to say it, just meant to only mean one thing. You understand? Because that's not how the Lord works. Same way, fire don't mean one thing. You know what I'm saying? Fire means a few things. You know what I'm saying? And when you black and Hispanic and Native Indian, it can mean 100 things. You know, it's just like the one word, I can mean a lot of things based on how you say it. You know what I'm saying? So I said that to say that you know who these people are just because of where they are in the world right now. We're scattered all over the planet. Specifically, these people or these Israelites, they are the people that the so-called Panamanians. I might be spelling it wrong. Panamanians. Like Panamanian. So Panamanians to put the regular word, Guatemala. Oh, it's not that far off. Oh, okay. So it'll be alienist. Slovakia. All right. So this area, like the Panama Canal, like that's a heavy, like I said Canal, the Panama Canal, like that was a big ain't that where the Bay of Pigs and all that stuff went down there? You know what I'm saying? That's when they had sex with Marilyn Monroe, the Kennedys, John F. Kennedy and them. Like that's when they were fighting for this area, and that's why right now that is a U.S. I'm bad with all of that type of stuff, but it's now U.S. territory. You know what I'm saying? Like you a citizen of the U.S. if you in that area, and it's a heavy port area. You know what I'm saying? So you'll know who these people are just based off where they're at. You know, that goes into a deeper lesson on how you know who Israelites are. But the Lord set us in specific places on this side of rulership as he did when we were going into Israel. When we were going into Israel, we each had our own land for a reason. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like it is now. We have our own land and our own areas for a reason. Whether we branch out or are found in other places, it doesn't change the fact that we have a location. All right. So Zebulon is a Balawan. In the ancient, that's what it looks like. It means dwell with me, and these are the so-called Panamanians and Guatemalans. So in between Panama and Guatemala to Panama, every what would you say? Not country. Would you call them countries in between Panama and Guatemala? They be considered like countries, right? They are countries. Yeah, countries. So anything in between that, you know what I'm saying? Honduras, anything that comes in between, you're from the tribe of Zebulon. All right. No rush. All right. Number 6, right? Oh, boom. Yeah. Number 6 is Ephraim, which is Aparayam. Aparayam. All right. Means fruitful is he. It's like it's fruitful. All right. And this is your Puerto Ricans. I don't like to say Puerto Ricans. It's going to come off. Well, I might be saying it all bad. But It's your so-called Puerto Ricans. All right. So you're not just a rich port. You know what I'm saying? You matter. No one would name themselves Rich Port. That's the name you got when you got conquered by the Spaniards. You know what I'm saying? Christopher Columbus took 7,000 slaves and killed 7 million people the first time he touched ground in the Americas, or the New World as they called it. You understand? He said how great of a people the natives were. You know what I'm saying? Hispanics only because of the way the way we got separated. You know what I'm saying? But he said they were such a great people, and then slaughtered so many of them in the same pen. You know, it's the same pen that said they were great people also said, and we murdered these many people and took this many people to bring back to show to the queen what riches we found in this new world. All right. Which if you read, what's it called? Name slips my mind, but I got it. But if you read this book, it tells you how this area people already knew about the Americas. Just wasn't called that. You know what I'm saying? So fruitful, and Puerto Ricans they fruitful as I don't know what, man. Babies. You know what I'm saying? The Lord said, "Be fruitful and multiply." You know what I'm saying? So you're not just what you've been raised to believe you are. You one of the 12 tribes of Israel, Ephraim, the Puerto Ricans. All right. All right, number 7. Number 7 is Manasseh. Or Manasha. Let's see right here. Manasha. All right. Means made to forget. And that would be your so-called Cubans. Cubans. There's another area that they're in, not just Cuba. Leap from Bashan. I want to say they're also in Brazil, but Brazil is another tribe that's mainly in that area as well. All right. But if you know the story about how the Cubans got their name, this son, Manasseh and Ephraim, were the 2 children that Joseph had when he was in Egypt. You understand? When he got sold into that captivity by his brothers. So while he was in Egypt, he made babies. And Ephraim and Manasseh were the 2 children he had. So Ephraim was fruitful, and Manasseh was made to forget, meaning to forget all of the suffering and all of the horrors that he went through to get in that position of power. Like he was the brother, Joseph was the brother that had the visions, and his brothers hated him for those visions, and they lowered him into a pit and sold him to the Midianites. You know what I'm saying? And they slew a goat and took his coat, slew the goat, and brought it back to their father Jacob, or Israel at this point, Yasha'Allah, and he was just sad for so many years because he thought that his son had been killed by, you know what I'm saying, some type of animal in the wilderness, and the only remnant he had was his coat. Whole time, his brother sold him into captivity. He in Potiphar's house coming up, then he in Pharaoh's house coming up, and saved that whole African, that portion of Ham, you know what I'm saying, with his wisdom. And this is a brother just like you. You know what I'm saying? And while he was there, once again, he had children, and the name was heavy. You know what I'm saying? Manasha, made to forget. You know what I'm saying? So if you are a Cuban, you're not what Fidel Castro made you to be. You're not what American propaganda has made you to believe you are. You know what I'm saying? You're better than that. You know what I'm saying? You're an Israelite. We're not supposed to be selling coke. You know what I'm saying? We're not supposed to be prostituting our daughters and our sisters. We're not supposed to be doing any of those stereotypical things that the white man or Salaki, our oppressor, has made us out to be. You a priest and prophet of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? And you have a deeper and richer history than the coca fields. You know what I'm saying? Poppy field, whatever you call it. I don't deal drugs. I don't know what they call them. All right. Number 8, we got Gad, which looks the same, just sounds different in Hebrew. It's God. So that's God and a da connected. God. All right. These are your so-called, that's like it. Means a troop. And these are your so-called Native Americans. So far we done gone over blacks, Hispanics, and now we're here with the Native Americans. You know what I'm saying? We the same people, and we've been made to hate each other and look at each other's plight as not as terrible as the other plight. What Native Americans suffered probably one of the worst genocides besides black people. I mean, good night. Hispanics too. That's the heavy part. So remember this. Being black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, they're not three different things. They're one thing. We just been separated by the way we've been labeled. Because a Native American is still a Hispanic. You know what I'm saying? A Puerto Rican is a native to America. A Mexican is a native to America. A Panamanian is I'm saying it right? Panamanians, like it. A Panamanian is a native to America. You know what I'm saying? Then you have this one tribe that is specifically Native American. Just like being a so-called Negro don't make you not native to America, not a Native American. Being a so-called African American doesn't make you not Puerto Rican. We all the same family. So we all the same thing. So if I'm a nigga, you're a nigga, and Native Americans is niggas too. Because we the same people. You know what I'm saying? So Native American, that's a very broad blanket statement for that specific tribe. You know what I'm saying? But if you read our records, especially in the book of Numbers, you'll see how our numbers were even back then. To record is 54, like I did last week. It's like we had 57,400 soldiers from one tribe. And that was at one time of counting. That wasn't 40 years later. That wasn't 100 years later. You know, that wasn't when we were in Israel. We were to a point where you couldn't number us. So this is just a broad stroke on who the Native Americans are. You see who they are specifically. All these different tribes that make up being a Native American, they all Gadites. You know what I'm saying? But you're an Israelite when it's all said and done. You one of your forefathers, Israel's child. You know what I'm saying? So it's important for Native Americans, because it happened to me. You know, I be talking online, and Native Americans will come up and be like, you know, you're not my brother, and what you've gone through isn't what we've gone through. And I understand that pain, you know what I'm saying? But I'm also infuriated because our oppressor has put it in our head that we're not the same people. You know what I'm saying? And that's what destroys a people. If I don't know who my brother is, then I'll work with my enemy unknowingly. Let me get a different pen. Ruben.
You have yours. Is there? No. No.
Yeah.
It's mine.
Yeah. Don't do that.
Upstairs.
Hey. You can hear everything upstairs. So don't be up there banging your feet, alright? Alright. We're all bound. Bond. All right. Bond is son. Bond means behold. A son. All right. And these are your so-called Seminole Indians. It's the one tribe of us that has not conceded to the U.S. government to this day. They not like black people and other Hispanic peoples that had to give in. They still fighting to this day. You know what I'm saying? Which is more reason to support each other and know who the hell we are with each other. So we'll see some strength in one others and want to stand with them. You know what I'm saying? And support, especially in these COVID-19 times. You know what I'm saying? This is when you need to know who your actual neighbor is before you go and get sugar from the damn plague. You know what I'm saying? Just look, listen. This COVID-19 stuff started in China, but blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are suffering the most from the side effects of the COVID-19 strain because we have the worst diets and we're the least likely to, take care of ourselves health-wise. You know what I'm saying? All of that has dealt a bad card for us in these times when you kind of can't go to the doctor even if you wanted to. And if you go to the doctor, 9 times out of 10, you're going to catch something because everybody that's supposed to be there actually has it. You know what I'm saying? So, getting back to Reuben, it means behold the son. And these are more what you would call Native Americans, even though they're not. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, still, you know what I'm saying? Wait a second, okay? Just wait a second. Or, it's just in no volume, so he's going to get mad. You know what I'm saying? I got you. All right. So, there are brothers. You know what I'm saying? You're an Israelite. Whether you wear your feathers a little bit different than Native Americans and they didn't, and you still fighting and Native Americans didn't, that ain't what matters. What matters is you should know that black people, Hispanic people, and Native people are the same people. And right now is the time for us to gather together. Old nation not desired. Like the fact that this COVID-19 thing done gone from being about the fact that it came from the wet markets of Wuhan, China, where they're eating pangolins and bats and boiling bats, putting them in a pot, boiling them. They not even de-winging them. They put them in a pot. They look like they cut plantains. And then these, I don't want to use the discriminatory word, but these gooks, but these over here eating bat like this. This the bat wing. They biting the bat wing. You know what I'm saying? But because more of us are getting it because of our poor health care, we're being looked at as the problem. So we have to stop fighting each other and recognize that we're being treated the same exact way. You know what I'm saying? And if one tribe of us is still fighting the U.S. government, we should support them so that they can fight even harder and prevail even better. Even to go back to GAD, GAD means a troop. You know what I'm saying? Meaning that a troop came in those conquistadors. A troop in George Washington. A troop came in the taking of America. But the scriptures say, paraphrasing very roughly, that in the end you're gonna come up. You know what I'm saying? We are at the end. We are at the end right now, man. It don't matter if you're light skinned or dark skinned. Native Americans, Seminole Indians, black folks, Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, we all come in different shades. It ain't about complexion. It's all about who is your father. Is your father like Bob Marley, a white man? Then you a white man. Is your father like what's that brother that has the daughter that's acting man, Motown, not Motown. The dude, huh? Quincy Jones, yeah. What's her name? Rakita Jones? Rashida Jones, where you look white, your father's black. You black. You know what I'm saying? That's what makes you who you are, the blood of your father. Alright? So in these times it's very important to know who you are so that now you can fight the right fight. All right. Let's go to blah, blah, blah. 10. Yes, pretty much. Nah. Asher or Ashar. All right. It means happy. All right. And these are people from Colombia to Uruguay. All right. If you live between Colombia, I should have had a map here that made it even better for you to understand what I'm saying. But if you live from Colombia to Uruguay, you are from the tribe of Asher. You understand? You might call yourself a Colombian, Uruguayan, Uruguayan. You might call yourself that, but you're really from the tribe of Asher. You understand? Asher means happy. I don't know if the conditions there is that happy, but that's what your name means. That's who you are. You're one of the 12 tribes. All right. Anybody from Colombia to Uruguay is a tribe of Asher. A lot of, the sad part about our oppressors taking over our lands is, a lot of people get mixed in to the pot, you know what I'm saying? But that don't make them who you are. As long as you know how to vet a situation, you're in a better position to figure it out. Like if you like teach your kids to qualify their friends, you know what I'm saying? Just because teach your kid, be like, who your dad? Your father? What's your father? Is he black or is he white? If he white, then don't be friends with them. All right? But you gotta raise your child to do the thing that you want raised to do. All right? Next one. Did I skip one? No, I just did 10. It's a lot. 11. is Naphtali. Or Naphthalia. Naphthalia. All right. Means my wrestling. One of my sons is named Naphtali or Naphthalia. You know what I'm saying? And that's the people that live from Argentina to Chile. All right. So once again, whoever's between that area, you know what I'm saying? That's who you are. You might not live there now, you know what I'm saying? But if that's where your people come from, that's the specific tribe you're made of. All right? Naphtali. All right. Just very important to understand that. And once again, when you go into the depths of what are the makeups of these tribes, you'll see why they are where they are. It's not an accident. You know what I'm saying? Your people aren't accidentally in that part of the world. You know what I'm saying? We're not accidentally in America. You know what I'm saying? We're not even supposed to really be here. It's just that we broke the commandments that the Lord gave us. And one of the punishments is that we would be in another land which we knew not. And there we would serve our oppressors in one of all things.
What?
You know what I'm saying? So being in any American society is not it's not a blessing. It's a curse for us not keeping our laws. I'm gonna need that, so you're gonna have to lead that. All right. When I'm done, you can have it, okay? And last but not least,
Come here. No. Come here. Come on.
yeah, the Mexicans. Oh, excuse me. I did that in the wrong order. You have Isupk.
Sir.
Got that right?
Sir.
Which is Yash
Hey.
Shakar.
Okay. Noah. Come here.
Yash Shakar. All right.
Put that phone on the floor in the kitchen and go put it on the floor. The phone on the floor in the kitchen.
Means he is my hire.
Go with Noah. Or your phone on the charger. Go put it on the charger.
And that's your so-called Mexicans. Yet another name that definitely sticks to the people. You know what I'm saying? Mexicans work their ass off, man. They stay with jobs. They stay even right now when Donald Trump is talking about build a wall and kicking out undocumented workers. When this COVID-19 started, they said we will allow undocumented workers to work and pick fruits and vegetables in our fields. Like, that's the hypocrisy of the white man. But you can't deny, even off the very, I don't want to say it in a disrespectful way, but the usefulness of these Hispanic brothers to even the people that hate them, let you know that they one of the tribes right there, just in their name, just and in the anthology of this name, it's beautiful, but it's horrible at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Because it was just Rachel and Leah fighting to have Jacob. She brought in the mandrakes. Said, "Look, I'll trade you the mandrakes for a night with my husband, basically." And then bada boom. You know what I'm saying? Which was an aphrodisiac, the mandrakes. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's happening to all of us matters. And it's important for all of us to know that we family so we can, so we can deal with family matters. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We gotta, if it's a black problem, it's a Hispanic problem, it's a Native Indian problem, it's a black problem. You know what I'm saying? So we shouldn't be, the last thing a black person should be saying is what a white man is saying. Taking our jobs. What black person about to go in any field? I be seeing photos and stuff about would you pick cotton for $100 an hour. My spirit would not let me pick no cotton for $100 an hour unless the person asks me to pick the cotton. You know what I'm saying? I ain't picking no, it ain't gonna be no white man picking habits. When we got cotton gins, we got ways to pick cotton. You know what I'm saying? Don't require me picking it with my hand the way it was all those hundreds of years ago. You know what I'm saying? But we all got the same enemy, and we're all family. So that's very important for you to know who the 12 tribes of Israel are, so you can leave this class, so you can get into the Isupk, and when you see your brothers and see your sisters, you'll see people that know we family. You know what I'm saying? All right. So from there, let's do some colors, and then we'll end with some security announcements and the prayers. Okay. All right. So, let's see, sir. 1 second.
Thank you.
Okay. That would be Ayan, of course. Almost like Ayan. Colors. Ayan. All right. All right. All right. So you got black, which is, if I'm not mistaken, Shaka War. Shaka Wa Ra Shaka Wa. All right. That's black. White is Laban. Brown is Kawan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's teaching. We can't turn it up yet.
Oh,
Be patient, Tyler. Green is Iraq. Yeah, Iraq.
Go turn on Colossians versus Aliens. Go outside. Go outside. Go watch it upstairs. You still turn on upstairs.
Yellow is
No, Tom.
Tazahab. Red is Adawam. This is going to be one you just want to go back and look at so you can get all of the colors. Naphtali! Naphtali! You're all right. You just have to be patient, okay? So quit all of that noise. All right. Purple, Aragaman. Ra-ga-ma. No. Ra-ga-ma. The word will be long in English, but in ancient it'll be, you know, not even that bad.
Hey, I put on Secret Life of Pets.
Hey, yo.
Monsters versus Aliens.
Hey. Just come talk to your mom. Don't yell, all right? Scarlet, which is more of a proper purple, or at least a more ancient look to what purple actually looked like, is Tawalath or Shanae. Shanae. All right, let's write it here. So Dawa. I got you. Dawala. Or Shanae. Yeah. All right. Got Crimson, Karamayal.
If I'm looking at it, you're going to have to search for monsters versus aliens. Search for it on the TV.
Hey, Noah.
I can play it down here. You can play it upstairs, okay?
Noah. This is catching everything. Okay? Just look for it.
No.
Or just be patient. I'm almost done. All right?
Right.
You're going to be all right.
On and off.
Blue?
Green.
Karamaya. Karamaya. ma, ya, la. Kara, ma, ya. All right. That's that bloody red. All right. Brash is naka shaf. Na ka CJ. Yeah. Na ka shaf. All right. A few more colors to go. Then we'll end with the security announcements. Couple prayers.
Be patient.
Mm-hmm.
Be patient.
Good job. Got bronze. Which is Arad. Arada. Amber is Kashamal. Kashamal. Have gold, which is Zaba. Silver, which is Kasap. Sa. Olive, which is Zayaf. And beryl, which is a green color. It's Tharashia. Tharashia. Yeah. All right, get out the way. So these are just a few colors, the main colors you'll find in the Bible, especially when we're setting up the tabernacle, all the different colors that the doors had on them and the walls, all these different things. So once again, anything you may have missed is going to be uploaded to all of our social medias, so you'll be able to go back, take a look at it, just like that. All right, I'm sick. Where's it at? Shit. One moment. All right. These are the Isupk security announcements. We are the Isupk under Commander Junior Hanna. Start out at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rules for new brother or sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they're off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They're here to share themselves of the world. If they need transportation, a teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 there's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Ties, which is a commandment, found in Numbers chapter 18, verse 21, and Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 to 10, means tenth in the Hebrew. Ma'ashara, 10% of any increase our Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. We had the Passover, which was postponed last month. We still awaiting Commander Junior Hunter to let us know if the Passover is going to be this month or next month or even further. With that being said, remind all Akim Agwathian, just check all our social media platforms and you'll know what's upcoming. If any brother wants to become a trooper in the school, you ought to start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and war scarf. With that, a majum, which means rise or stand. Sar, which means turn. Wapanya Hakwadam means face the east. We're going to do a couple of prayers and then we'll conclude the class. Start with the Lord's Prayer. In the Hebrew, Abanawa, Shabashamayim, Kodash, Haya, Shemka, Yahweh, Malak Ka, Ratazaka, Haya, Aisha, Ba'arataza, Kawa, Haya, Bashamayim, Nathan Lanawa, Lakam, Cow, Yawam, Wasalak Lanawa, Kawawat Nawa, Kasalak Nawa, Kawat Yana, Wala'a, Tabaya Nawa, Banasar 1, Abba, Awashai Nawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Hamalakwa, Waha'ala, Wahatapa'araf, La'ai Walamyam, Aman. What I said in English is, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. All right. Let's do one more prayer for you. Two more. Hakada, power. Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Baba Kushai, Nathan Lanawa, Haka, La Pa'a, Ka Makala, or Ka Marawa, Haka, La Tahar, Hamatazarayim, Haka, La Hakwim, Hamathium, Haka, Arakawa, Hatama Allah, Lagarashun, Ba'ashem Yahushai, the water Aman. What I said in English, Lord, in the name of Yahushai, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out. In the name of Yahushai, thank you. So be it. Prayer to bless Israel. Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Barak Lanawa, Wayasha'ala, Wahabayath, Saparium, Barak, Rapah, Magun, Hagun, Ba'ashem Yahushai, the water Aman. What I said in English was, Lord, in the name of Yahushai, bless us and Israel and the school. Bless, heal, shield, protect our loved ones. In the name of Yahushai, thank you. So be it. All right, with that, one courtesy salute to the brothers that attended. Mam Shabbat, Amajim, Barak, Yahweh Shem Yahushua Barakatham. What I said was, the Most High, in the name of Yahushua, bless you, or bless you all. Yazmatah, hands down. One courtesy salute to the sisters, men of Israel, Amajim Shabbat, Amajim, Barak, Yahweh Shemar Lathan by Hashem Yahushua. Sorry, Christ. What we just said was, the Most High watch over you in the name of Christ, or you all in the name of Christ. That was Matah, hands down. Class dismissed.